started. Weekly all hands for October 25th, 2023. And in case you don't know, well, I mean, I think everyone knows, this is our tactical meeting. So we're going to use it to sync up on work, prioritize our work, and eliminate blockers for the next week. I'll just take a quick attendance while we're here. Link, Lawrence, Inverse, Rainus, and a Thinker, Kennedy, Turner, and Bobo. All right, great. So on the lag metric side, doing pretty well on the POC. We're at 43%, plus 5%. We're going at a pretty decent pace right now, I think. And I will leave it to you to click on that link and check out the progress individually if you like. But in general, we are pretty close to where we need to be on a lot of fronts here. On the lead metric side, do you have our pre-launch emails handy there, Reyes? I can't actually hear you, Reyes. Are you?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's a little bit of background noise, but yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's 1-253. No change this week.
Okay. 1, 2, 5, 3. All right. And we have 15 of 30K in the multi-sig. So that's half of what we need. It's enough for us to launch. So we're kind of working on that now. We're at 21% completion of the alpha app. This is actually down 5 from the week before. And that's because we made some decisions around what is actually going to be in the alpha app. I updated that doc where we used to actually track the requirements. And we're a little bit lower than we were. Also, it's due to me going in and essentially... my screen is there, Tundi. It is there. I'm not sure if other people can see it. Can other people see my screen?
You can see it, but Tundi, if you can't see his screen, then you can just open up the Notion and grab your own video, maybe.
Yeah, here I'll post a link to the meeting notes. So they're right there. You can take a look right there. And yeah, it's also due to me refactoring a bunch of the code while Tom's on vacation because I didn't really like using our own UX. It's hopefully going to be a little bit better. So I'm hoping to finish that off hopefully today. We shall see, Tom. I don't think I'm going to have it fully at the place where it was before, but I think it's going to be a lot closer. In terms of completion of the launch campaign. Oh, hey, Tom, sorry. I saw that you unmuted.
It's all steady progress, right? We tear it down, we build it up, it gets better.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping at least. And I think I made a breakthrough yesterday. I had the whole data code, so that was great. Completion of the launch campaign. Well, we are making progress on this. Bobo and, not Bobo, it was Israel Rex and Coffee Crusher are moving forward with some of the assets that we're working on with Nouns and Bankless DAO. So that's great. Don't know the percentage completion, but on Team-wide announcements, big news, we have passed bank diligence. And I think that is a really huge milestone for us because this was potentially the biggest blocker that we had. We kind of went in with this understanding, hey, we might not actually pass bank diligence, but let's start building anyways because if we do pass bank diligence, then we can make this date. So this was one of the big potential blockers for us, and we passed. So that is really amazing. We have a bank that is willing to issue a credit card for us, willing to take, I guess, a chance on us essentially. But and even though we are a crypto company, I guess we're not really a crypto company, we're more of a loyalty company, a community company. What we are is approved by the bank to issue these cards. Really, really good news. We have one hurdle left, and that is for Visa to approve us. Now, I'm not as worried about this. They're apparently a little bit confused that we wouldn't offer cash on the card itself. The reason why we're not offering cash of the card itself was because we wanted to maximize our chances to be accepted by the bank. So most payment cards, you put cash on it and take cash out. Unfortunately, that's a way to launder money. So we said, okay, you know what? You put cash on the card, you don't get the cash out. You're going to have to use you're going to have to swipe the card and use it to buy things. to get that cash out. And so ultimately, that's not the way that most cards work, but it's the way that ours work. And Visa's kind of, huh? I think that it'll be accepted anyways because they're just trying to wrap their heads around it. And Visa in general is very invested in the crypto ecosystem as well. All this to say that in general, I think that this hurdle is probably passed, and it's a massive milestone for all of us. So really great work to everyone.
Awesome job. Great job, team.
Excited times. More to come.
Yes, more to come indeed. So, I mean, normally I would go into new member intros here. I only see one new member. Aloy, are you willing to come up and introduce yourself? Maybe not? Okay, well, feel free to come up at any time, Aloy. In general, oh, there you are. How's it going, Aloy?
Yeah, GM, everyone. I'm a lawyer from Research Guild. Basically, how will I put it? I've heard a lot about the work going on at Bankless Card. One that come in and stuff like that, but I haven't really had the chance. So I was like, okay, anytime I see a Bankless Card meeting going on, I would, just join in and try to hung or, basically try to know what's going on and see, not necessarily yet help or contribute, just basically to learn. And if there's a space to contribute, fine. But if there's not, just here to learn and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's great to be here, Aloy. In general, the reason why we're building in public is so that anyone can engage in any way that they want. So if you just want to be around and listen, totally fine with us. That's actually great. We encourage it. If you do feel like contributing, just let us know, and we will get you to work. There's obviously tons of work that we're working. So feel free. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Looking down. Next up on the. Oh, sorry. Is there something else you want to say, Aloy?
Yeah. What times are the meetings so I can quickly write it down so I can always schedule time to be around for at the meets. How do you do the Bankless Card meetings? How does that work?
This is our weekly all hands, and you at this every week. We always have them, and so you can come here at this time. We have our ops meeting, operation, and that is normally right after this meet. But NF Thinker and I have a Twitter space that we're going to for some promotion because we have a launch coming up. We also have a product and communication meet tomorrow, which start about an hour and a half after this. So whatever time zone you're in, an hour and a half later tomorrow. And then on Monday, we have a product, and on we have a partnership meet. So if you're interested in any of those, feel free to DM me and I'll get you those meeting times.
Okay. Thank you very much. I've jotted down. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, probably. Also on our Notion, and that's in our Star as well. And also, if you use Seshbot in our Bankless Card channel, you can see them too. Proof of concept milestone perspective. On the funding side, we have the funding needed to POC. Crowdfund donations, we have 22K committed and 15K in the multi-sig. So we aren't pushing as hard to complete this round, or we would like to complete this round. So haven't been working on that as much because we have enough to launch. But I would like, in general, I'm doing a week push to get committed people into the multi-sig. And then we'll work more commits kind of a little bit slower. On the crowdfund NFT side, NF Thinker, do you want to give an update on this?
I don't have any updates in terms of the platforms that we're going to use. We're really done with the designs on them. You and I spoke privately and decided we need to remove the funding amounts for the donors because A, it's grass, and B, we also don't want to tie ourselves to anything that can be construed as an investment. That we need to make sure and not tie investments to rewards or donations to rewards. But governance is potentially different. to continue doing our DD there in terms of what we can and can't offer in terms of rewards. But that will also depend on where I think we need to actually keep tokens links. I just want to ask you this question about tokens in terms of issuing the tokens from the Panama entity. Is that a wise idea, or should we set up a separate entity for any token?
So in the advice that we got to create like a throwaway entity to create those tokens, we could do it out of the Panama Foundation, but I don't know what the latest legal advice is. The legal advice I have on making a token is like a year old at least. I think that
was heard today, as a matter of fact, was that create a separate entity for the token, and it doesn't actually need a legal token in a locality, and when you don't need to set up a separate legal entity for that. No, you don't need a license for that. You need a separate legal entity, not a license. What it is just an authorization from a local entity, and then we can generate a token.
Or like a token, as in like a RC20, or like does this for NFTs as well?
A token. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in terms of these NFTs, how do those connect? And will there be an MOU between donors, or are we just keeping it completely unrelated?
I think, like in general, that is TBD. And so I think that we can issue NFTs without creating a new legal entity, which is one of the reasons why I was kind of going this NFT idea, because also we can't say that these NFTs have any equity in any way beyond governance. But in general, the way I was thinking of doing it in the short term is setting up a snapshot which use the NFTs to give a certain voting weight. And similar to our, anyways, that's how I was thinking about it, doing it in the short run, but it's kind of like TBD what that voting weight is and that kind of thing. We don't have any active proposal right now anyways, so it's not a big deal right now, but yeah.
Yeah, that works great. And then we can just build those into some sort of weighted voting system that's cumulative tokens and another form of ownership. Okay, well, that kind of covers that. In terms of launching these, no, it really just comes down to the platform then, and that I'm still in between Zora and the other one, which I don't know off the top of my head, Manifold.
Cool. Awesome. When in doubt, choose the one with the best UX.
Yeah, and also one that would support multi-sig, so I had to check that first.
Awesome. All right. On the app side, our POC is ready to launch. We updated our progress doc with some additional information. Oh, not this one, actually. This was the wrong progress doc. I'll put in that link later, but essentially updated the requirements, and it changed quite a bit, which is why our progress went lower. I am refactoring a lot of the code based upon the updated look and functionality, and kind of like smoothing the gaps with the author. We also wanted to, I also wanted to set it up in a way which allows us to use kind of any auth provider that we wanted to use if we needed in the future. Similar, we want to set it up, the code in a way so we can use any card provider, and setting up the code so we can use any chain, right? Like this is how we kind of want to set up the app. And so that's what I'm kind of looking at right now, is just structuring the app. So that's what the refactoring is about. We also have a Transcard technical contact now. So we're going to be booking a meeting with them hopefully this week. We shall see, and figuring out how we can get sandbox access to the API. And I think that they're open to it now that we have bank approval. So that is great. So be able to start working on some of the things that we hadn't been able to work on: KYC flows, funding flows, all this kind of stuff. All right, card issuing. We have signed with a card issuing provider. We passed bank diligence, as I mentioned before. Only Visa diligence is left, and we have a kickoff meet with Transcard. I know that, and if they can't make it Friday, maybe we'll try to have a technical kickoff meet, or maybe I'll just record the meeting or something, so that you can see.
Later Friday would definitely do. Okay, so I can make it as we discussed those times, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. That would be
Okay.
fine.
Okay, great. So I'll set up for Friday. On the legal side, we have a bank account as well. So it is really exciting. We signed up with Mercury, which is kind of a lot of startups use them, and the reason for that is because they have an API which is easily consumable, which means that we could build a script or easily move from the bank account that we have, which we're going to be getting customer funds, to the cards that the users are using. So that is really good news, and we shall see how that actually works. For us to have a bank account, even in the worst case for testing, we want to be able to test the end-to-end flow. So that's really good that we have one in the US. On the DAO partner side, we are complete on this one. Bankless DAO and Nouns. The launch campaign, our POC launch campaign is ready. We have the multimedia approach. Rain is creating landing pages for BDAO and Nouns. So for Bankless DAO, there will be a specific landing page to sign up for the card, and Nouns, there will be another landing page to sign up for the card. So it is kind of based on the community. Trent is working on an augmented reality publicity campaign plus Instagram filters. We've met with Transcendence. Was that yesterday? Man, it seems so long ago. But yes, we met with them yesterday, and there's a lot of great ideas about using, the bull in Wall Street on New York City, and maybe the Bcard chippy hops up to the bull and throws the noggles on him. And these are the kinds of things that are completely possible with augmented reality. Another thing was to be able to get noggles on anybody using Instagram filter. So that's pretty shareable. In general, very interesting stuff coming from them. We need a long form article. I believe that Sam Marin is working on one, if I'm not mistaken, and Thinker and Reynes. But yes, I have 2 long form articles in the works that I haven't finished yet. That's something that I probably need to work on as well. CC running tests, getting video for AR card transaction. Coffee crushers running tests on video. The card will appear out of nowhere and intuitively solve users' problems. That's where we want to be. That is kind of like the vision. We shall see. So I think that the campaigns, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. That stuff is going to solidify in the coming weeks. On a related asset site, Taxman and Blog are updated. While there's not much to I would say the POC is important. So we're focusing our attention there. But as we finish up the POC, if we get some time, we can start working on some of this stuff as well. Meanwhile, let's go into our, I forgot to duplicate this as is tradition. I think it is week 42. All right. So while that's going in, we can check out what's in our inbox. Nothing there. On our milestone side, we have the funding needed. POC is launched. We have signed with a card issue provider. We can go ahead and I guess we need to finish with Visa there. But we have a U.S. bank account. Boom. We've closed this milestone. So I'm going to mark this one complete. And that is awesome. There. Moving down. Optimism Retro PGF grant. Ultimately, as Thinker, I didn't include the password manager. The reason for that was because metrics were, kind of similar to Taxman, I would say. So it was nothing that was going to push the needle extremely higher. And if I included the password manager, then I would have to include all of the funding that from Bankless DAO, and I didn't really want to do that. Taxman we just did of our own volition. So ultimately, we shall see. I did up OP multisig that you created. So that is awesome. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. Yeah. But we will get, last round, everyone got some funding. This round, they have 1,600 submissions. So I doubt everyone will get funding. I hope that what we're building resonates with those badge holders. So we shall see. And I'll mark this complete. Review the current POC implementation. Hasu has reviewed it, so I'm going to mark that as complete. Longhash, I don't know if they're actually doing this accelerator anymore. I did reach out to them, haven't heard back from them. We'll see. In terms of going through bank diligence with Transcard, we have been approved by the bank. Now we need Visa approval. All right. So we're going forward on that. Create requirements for the Alpha app. This is all but done. I just need to update Asana based upon new requirements. So this is something that I will do today. so that our product meet on Thursday. It is ready. On the Alpha app side, we have a bunch. It's still one of our top priorities, so I'm going to leave it up there. On the card art side, I know Coffee Crusher has created some of these, so you can see the Visa one here, and then if you like, you can actually also pop into the to the POC launch campaign thread, and you can see what's going on with the Bankless DAO version too. So you can see the Bankless version here as well. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on. These are our first credit cards. We can hopefully improve these over time, but as in general, I'm super pumped to see these DAO symbols on credit cards. This is really, really interesting. And I don't know if you saw it, Uniswap actually also has a proposal to get a Uniswap branded credit card, and it is being voted down because I suspect there's not actually much value there for the community. So all this to say that there is some, it was something like 57% against, so that means like 43% for. So there is a desire for a Uniswap brand community card, but there was just not enough for Uniswap to be interested in it. Now imagine if we took our value adds to groups like Uniswap. All of a sudden you can start to see the potential of what. Anyways, gonna keep going down on here. Our friend and family round. We're working on this, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna deprioritize this. I'm gonna put it at the bottom here, just because we have enough. But the next, like, in terms of cash, we are unblocked. In terms of legal entities, we are unblocked. In terms of diligence, we are unblocked. And now the limiting factor is going to be on our technical execution and our marketing execution or communication execution. So I'm going to say that anything related to our POC, like the actual app itself and the marketing, the communication, how we're going to roll this out, put this funding a little bit lower. Card art, that's part of the app deploy. I did deploy this on Vert, so I did these ones, boom, boom, already. And now we're just waiting to here. And so I'm going to poke Bob Dragonoff about that. I think I just poked him kind of recently. POC launch campaign is ready. Still working on this. Coffee Crusher gave us an update yesterday, working on creating and themes for long-form content, scheduled for Opolis Partner Spotlight, and BDAO community call slides on Bcard. Coffee's going to present them on a weekly basis. So in general, looking at upping how much we're communicating with the outside world as we're gearing up for this launch. We have the NFTs. We already had an update on here. So I will leave that to you, NF Thinker, unless there's anything else you want to add here.
No, nothing related to that. Nope.
Okay, great. On-chain goodies, very similar, but anything you want to call out?
Nothing additional. I mean, this is, I guess one thing that I would like to add is that we should really be, we should have an on-chain goodies collection for everybody who signed up before the POC is announced and before the Nouns partnership is announced. Because those were our first 1,000, right? And we create an NFT which they can claim. Give them 2 weeks to claim it, maybe a month. If they don't claim it, then, or maybe we could just leave it open for them to claim. I don't know, that's totally a decision that we can make at the time. But that will at least then be an attestation to their early support.
Agreed. All right. Agreed. And once we have it for our donators, I'm sure we can do a similar kind of thing for our early supporters. That's good. Ibiza next. Are you still working on this, Reyes?
Yep, send out video. I will showcase tomorrow. So I think I'm close to done. So I'm gonna put some more hours in tomorrow in the morning. But yeah, we'll showcase some stuff tomorrow.
In case you want to see it, come to the community call tomorrow.
Hey, don't expect too much though.
And how about the journey maps, Reyes?
I have finally updated the link there, right there. So that link should take you to the rest of the journey.
Awesome. Okay, so now we can review this. I'll put it on me to review and put it in the to review section in both. All right. Glean.ai. How's this looking? Is Ashu still?
No, not fully ghosting. He did get in touch. I had submitted a review for their company, and I think he wants to work on a marketing campaign. I think that's probably what he's why he's not really responding. So if we're gonna, I think we need, this comes down to, we've it. Do we want to integrate it? Yes or no? If so, then we have to create a proposal. And then we create a co-marketing campaign with marketing department, and then we can use it. So it really comes down to, what are we going to use it for currently? Not totally sure. Could be onboarding for BDAO. Transcard has their own customer support hotline. Is that correct, Links?
That is correct, yeah. So, I mean, they do, and it's specifically for card-related questions. So if there are app-related questions, we'll still need to provide support.
Right, yeah, we do still need to provide support for app questions, but an FAQ would probably do initially, right? Or do you will need to have, FAQ, and then they can DM us or send us a message or something like that. So for the app, I don't see it as fully necessary for the POC, so I would like to just put this on pause for now.
Okay, I'll put it into the next up section then in that case. Just put it under here. Yeah. All right. Website V2. It's still up here, but it's a blocker. Same with the setting of the date range. I haven't worked on this, but at some point after the POC gets into a little bit more of a stable state, set the date range. Tom, I'm assuming that you haven't worked on this as you've been on vacation.
You got it. Didn't touch it this week. I'll have to have some intensive cross-browser testing on what you do.
Awesome. All right. And we already talked about the friends and family round. Anything else that people are working on that is not on this list? No? Okay. All right. Well, we'll go back to our all hands meeting and let's talk about what we shipped last week. I make a list as much as I could. I do see that people added some, so that's really good. And I got us to 15K in the multi-sig. This is 50% of the funding round that we're looking at. So that's really good. We have another K committed. So we're going to work on getting that into the multi-sig over the next week. Coffee Crusher and Rexy shipped new card designs. If you haven't seen them, I did show them on my screen as the call was going, but go ahead and check them out if you haven't. And if Thinker and Bobo shipped some new NFT designs as well. Those are really great, and they're animated as well. So go ahead, take a look if you haven't. I implemented Anu and Hazu's designs. I also deployed to prod and staging on Vercel and refactored some code to make it more extensible. Also met with InfoSec with Tom for deployment, so that was good as well. Just need to get those URLs up, and we kind of have our deployment structure in place, so that's really nice. It's going to allow us to move quicker. Transcard got us accepted by the bank. I mentioned it. This is the time I'm mentioning it, but it's because it's such a massive news. And I should probably poke Coffee Crusher and tell her to tell the DAO at the community call tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, in 2 days. I updated the POC requirements. Still got to put them in the spreadsheet. They're there. And Thinker made us an OP multi-sig, which is great. It is the kind of a mirror of our existing multi-sig. If I'm not mistaken, I think I put it in the Notion governance section, but if I didn't, maybe maybe you can. Let's see here. Did I put it in?
Which one was that you were referring to?
The OP multisig.
The OP multisig, I only added it to the multisig conversation, and I was going to add it to our page on Notion, but I think I'd rather add a link or something. I don't know.
I put that. Is that
where did you put it?
I put it into the operations workstream, and I think that I should probably remove some people from edits on here.
Yeah, that works. Okay, yeah. So there was a bit of confusion as well over Renee's old address, but actually I hit on parcel, and that refreshed for me. So there were 6 people on, 7 people, and Renee, 2 of them.
Okay.
So that was very confusing.
Yeah, it sounds confusing. Is that fixed now?
Yeah, that's all fixed. And so that obviously that's a potential blocker for the people who signify they've added Renee's old address. So yeah, if you just want to paste that in there in Ops Workstream, I wasn't sure whether or not to paste it anywhere just because of people changing it, and we've had problems before.
I think we should do is put it on the website, because at least on the website we have like an easily auditable. We can control on the website who is able to change things, and it has to get approved and everything like that. So in general, I think we should put it on the website, but let's not worry about it too much yet.
Okay.
All right. So we got a new multi-sig from NFR. I submitted a retro PGF funding application. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. Hopefully we get something out of that. I opened a bank account using Mercury, Coffee Crusher links, and NFNet with Alan and Nico from Transcendence, and we're preparing an augmented reality marketing campaign. Coffee Crusher set up multiple public speaking opportunities for myself and NF Thinker, and Coffee Crusher is keeping up the social engagement. And Thinker applied to A16Z Crypto Startup School, which would be amazing if you got in. I think that would be well. First of all, it's a very high signal accelerator. So if you're able to get in, it's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for Bankless Card, and it will open up a lot of potential opportunities. So I'm really glad to apply, and also since it's kind of like down the street from you in some ways.
Yeah, I'll be the one they call in if they're like, okay, we need a diversity hire in an old man. Let's call the old guy in.
You do not look like an old man at all. Although I did meet a bunch of people from the last cohort, and they're all super young.
Yeah, I know, right? It's all about the fresh college kids coming out. Well, all I know is nobody from Cambridge University wants anything to do with crypto, so it won't be those guys fighting for my job.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess accelerators thrive on young talent, because that's the deal that they have. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, glad that you applied anyways. Anything else on ship this week?
Let's see. Off the top of my head, that's like a lot. That sounds like a big ship week.
Yeah, it was a big week. Good week for us, I think.
Didn't you ship some updates to the UI UX?
I mean, so I just put that I implemented Anna Hazu's designs, but I did ship some updates. If you haven't seen them, actually, you can go ahead and check out on these links here. This is the app, right? Like this is the app that is kind of working right now. This one is the one that actually works, that pre-refactored. So you can see that it is, it's doing what it's doing, right? Like you can log out, you can't add funds or anything like that. It's just going to take you back. But this is kind of how it's going to look, right? Like none of this is working yet, right? But yes, it's kind of, you can check it out if you haven't seen it yet, is all I'm trying to say. And it's responsive. The intent is that it's supposed to show on mobile. I did put it on my home screen on my phone, so that's exciting too. And it's like we have an app, but it's not an app, Progressive Web Apps. But yes, if you haven't seen it, go take a look. The links are right here, prod and staging on Vercel. And soon it will be as easy as app.banklesscard.xyz. So we'll see pretty soon. All right. I don't have too much time because I do have to prep for, I have multiple things in the next hour after this, but you want to talk about NFT design, NF Thinker?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on the colors. Do we like colors? Are there any other changes that we do make? Because Bobo has done a number of renditions now, and we feel like this could be the final pass. So that is the mid-tier pink and gold.
I guess I'm having trouble, I think it looks great, but I'm having trouble understanding Bobo, do they come from sort of light that is shining on this 3D model? When I look at this and I see it move, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Bobo.
Yeah, I hear your question.
How are you making these colors happen? Does the card have a base color and then there are lights that are shining at it that make it this color? Because when I look at it with my eye, I have difficulty understanding. You see gold, you see pink, and they kind of flash between gold and pink. What are the options for colors? Are they shining on it, or is it something else?
Oh yes, there are lights shining on it.
Okay. And so like, are the lights like, if I'm looking at it like this, do you see my screen right now, Bubble?
I see your screen.
Okay, so I'm assuming that like the blue light is coming from the right hand side and the gold light is coming from but it feels like the blue light's coming from the right and the gold light is coming from the left, is that right?
Well, I just mixed these together, so they're not. It doesn't have a particular as part is coming from.
Okay. So I noticed that so this one has two different colors. So I guess like this one has pink and gold. This one has blue and gold, and this one has pink and green, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So I guess like the one thing I'll say is like, so this one is the 1000 pink and green. Okay. So it's the lowest tier. I think like having some sort of like theme between them might be a good thing. So maybe it's like one color that is like similar, but that might be good. So like here we have gold on this one, we have gold on this one, and then we have no gold on this one. Maybe it would be good to have like gold, gold, and gold, and have the one shine like a pink glow, a blue glow, and a green glow. That's one piece of like, the reason for that is that I like then it creates a hierarchy of colors, which I don't know if we actually wanted, but I would say that pink should be the highest color because that is currently our brand color. And then we can have the blue and the green, which spec that you got from our brand guide as kind of like they are our accent colors. So like I would say a little bit on the hierarchy, but that idea of a hierarchy of colors for an NFT that has like essentially like three different donorship levels, I think might make sense. Anyways, I'll leave that with you, and Thinker and Bobo because you guys are the ones who are executing on this. But yeah, that's just some feedback. I personally don't think of any.
Sorry, I didn't write that down because I'm
I'll write it down.
Go pick up my son as well. Awesome, thank you for that, and then we'll reference that when finalizing the design. Yeah, I asked Bobo if he could just wait until after this meeting, and now we've got clarity on that. We can go ahead, get the final version done, and.
And then green, pink. Oop. Would be nice to have a hierarchy of colors. So first thing to get for your questions, I don't think we should add the bunny corn on this. I just don't think it has look what's on the card. I really like the look of the card right now. Bobo, did you make those yourself, those cards? Bobo, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you because you're.
Yes.
Did you make those yourself?
Yeah, I made the cards myself.
Amazing. Really, really good work, Bobo. You're getting better at this 3D modeling stuff. I just wanted to call that out because I think that your design eye is getting better. So that's really good to see.
Oh, thank you.
I second that. Yeah, awesome, Bobo. You've really gone from just learning Blender to turning it into something that you make look easy. Great job.
Okay, so I wrote that down, and then I'll remove amounts, and then say what like green. You can then like have like green donor, blue donor, pink donor. So you could do that, or you could do like a bronze gold if you wanted. So you could have like in bronze, and that's like bronze level donor. Pink and silver, and that's a silver level donor. And then pink and gold could be a gold donor. If you guys want, this is all up to you guys. All right. Yeah, but in general, I'm like, I mean, if you guys haven't checked it out, I mean, I've been showing it on my screens because I'm super pumped about it. Go ahead and check them out. I think that they're really, really great work coming from Bobo and NF Thinker on this. So yeah, just go take a look if you haven't already, because it's really, really cool. All right. Anything else that we want to discuss while we're all here?
I got a little thing with the call out to put the app on the phone and install. I'm aware that I just bunny corn as the temporary placeholder for that app. So maybe while we got some design savvy folk on the line, somebody might want to start thinking about a specific implementable app icon for that installable app.
Yeah, so we do have an app icon actually. There are these and now it's not showing. Okay, there we go. So they have that, and we have it in 3 different colors actually.
That's awesome. I just wasn't sure what was the final, so we can definitely pull from it to get it in.
Yeah, so there's that one. There is a white one as well. So, and they come in. And why is it going all the way down to here? I'm in they come in both square and circle versions. So yeah, just so you can.
Yeah, if you need
any
of those logos, the Figma has all of that straight up there.
Yes.
Definitely replace those placeholders real fun.
What did you say, Tom?
I said noted about the Figma. I'll go in and grab them and replace those placeholders that I put in real.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, I'm probably going to merge my branch today as well. So maybe I can do it at a time too. Anyways, we'll see. I have a morning, but in the afternoon I was planning on voting. So. All right. So if you haven't checked out the app, go ahead and check it out. The links are in there in our meeting minutes. They're also in the POC app thread. If you have, you should. There's a lot of great activity going on there. And I will probably poke people after I merge our changes to go ahead and put that app on your home screen. Yes, a lot of work going on here, which is exciting. Anything else you want to talk about while we're all here together? All right. Well, I think we can end this one a little bit early. I didn't put any discussion items because, I'm a little bit behind this morning, but just want to take a little bit of time just to say thank you to everyone. I think that you can see that we're making progress and we're aiming towards this date. I think when I first mentioned that this date was possible, I said this date is possible, and we do have a mantra here at Bankless Card that we're not in a rush. We're just trying to make progress every week. I do think that date is still possible. It's very feasible, and it looks like so far have been going right. That doesn't mean that we're like completely out of the woods yet. There's still a lot that could go wrong, but right now I feel like the universe is telling us to make this launch date. So I think when I first suggested this launch date, one of the things I said was, hey, you know what? If we don't make this launch date, it's no big deal. We'll figure out another launch date a little bit later. But if we do make this, we will be legends. And I think that I just want to say that all of the effort and that you guys are putting in now, the stuff on the launch campaigns, the app stuff, the UI UX, creating assets for NFTs, all these kinds of things. This is all the work of our community. This is all of us working together to get something out. We have a vision to get a branded DAO card in the hands of real people using it to purchases to support their DAOs. And every single week, we are relentlessly moving towards that direction. And I just don't think that we could do it any other way. There's no way that we could make this possible without every one of you. So just thank you so much. I'm super excited to be on your team, and I'm going to be even more excited when we get this card out because I was saying it to Coffee Crusher and NF Thinker. I kind of think of us as pirates, and when we get our product out into users' hands and they're using it, that is when we get our ship. That is when and that is when the adventure really begins. And so I'm really pumped about getting us to that point because that is, pirates need ships. So I'm really glad to have you guys on.
We got to get on the man. We gotta get on the Mary.
Exactly. We
Get on
need
the
our going
Mary.
Mary.
By the way,
Yeah.
I finished One Piece.
You finished it?
Yep.
that was a lot of work.
I mean, it was very interesting. I couldn't stop watching.
Ray watched about 1,000 episodes in 3 weeks.
Well, I didn't watch every episode. Like I skipped through a bunch of stuff. So I didn't like fully watch every single second of it. But
I'm still
good enough.
working on those 8 Netflix episodes.
Yeah, right. There's like 8 movies on Netflix, right? And the 8 movies on Netflix are like an abridged.
Hey guys, I also have to go because I'm about to pick up my son right now. Links, do you still need to meet and discuss ops? Because I can hop on a call in 10 minutes.
No, because in 10 minutes we have our Opolis call. We have our Opolis Twitter space, don't we?
I thought it was at 9 p.m. tonight. For my time. So 1 p.m. Eastern.
I better check on Twitter.
Yeah. How about that? I'm pretty sure it's 1 p.m. Eastern.
Honestly, that would be way better for me.
Yeah, as far as I know, because they're in Pacific. Some of them are in Pacific time.
All right, let's see. Where's the Twitter space? Today at 4 p.m. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, I guess so. It says it's at 4 p.m. though? What is going on? That reminder. Okay, well, I guess my morning's not as crazy as I thought it was then. So the 1 p.m. PST. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess it's 1 p.m. PST. Okay, cool. Well, I'll see you. Well, I can't actually. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to talk about at all. So if you want to skip it, fine with me. I can't hear you. Anyways, let's end the community call for now. I will DM and figure about this, and we will see you guys some more. So thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for all the work you're putting in, and yeah, let's keep at it.
Thanks so much, everybody. Let's get building. Is it too early to say we're headed for the line links?
The line, yeah, soon. We got to get our ship first, and then we go for the line. Okay, see you all later. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.